Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the part 2 of the Victorian corset. This video is all about cutting and sewing this Victorian corset. If you haven't seen the pattern drafting, I am going to leave the link in the description box. So guys, now the first thing I'll be doing is to pin this pattern on the fabric so that nothing is moving. I want to make everything to be equal. And then I'll be using 0.75 inches, that's 3/4 an inch to 3/4 inches to like cut this in my fabric. This 0.75 inches I'm using is for both my sewing allowance, and I'm also going to use that and form my bone casing. So I'll go ahead, you see me using my tape to make sure that everything is 0.75. This corset, you really have to take your time to mark out everything and go ahead and cut it so that you make sure that everything is correct. So I'll just do this for all of them, both the front and the back pattern. I also do replicate this on the lining, and I will also do the same for the stay. For my lining, I'm going ahead to iron it. By the way, I am using taffeta for my lining, black taffeta, because this is a corset and I want everything to be structured, like to have, with black taffeta, it's going to make it be firm as compared to if I'm using like upper lining or something. So that is what I'm using to cut this. And you can see that as I cut the lining, I indicate, because it's black, you don't want to make mistake, indicate the back of the lining with a chalk, so that when you are placing your stay on the clothes, you're just going to know already where the back is. For the front pattern, I didn't do that because you can clearly see that the front part, the front side of the material is animal skin and the back side is plain. Yes. So I'm done adding the stay to both the fabric and the lining. So you're going to see, because I cut it in folding, all the sides, all the panels are going to have like 2 of them. So all of them are going to be 4. These 6 are all going to be 4, except from the center front. The center front, we cut it in folding, but we didn't open the center, so that is why it is this big. So you're going to have it to be 2, and the rest are going to be 4-ish. Remember that I added our sewing allowance to be 0.75. Move this to this side. This center front, the way you can see it now, this is the number 2. So we are going to leave this one here and then leave this here. So I'm going to sew this together and then sew this together. So I'll go right ahead and pin this down, and when I finish pinning everything, you guys are going to see how is going to look. So now guys, this is the front panel. You can get the hang of how the corset is going to look. So this is the back of the corset. I'll go ahead and also pin everything together. So when I finish pinning it together, then I'll join the back to the front pattern by the sides. So I'll do that now and come back so that I can see how it's looking, guys. So now I'm finished joining it. I am going to open it up like this and iron everything. But for the back, this is the back. Let me push this to the side. This is the back side. This is the back side. But for this back, I'm going to iron it to face one side there. So and what I'm doing now is to form the bone casing. So I'll iron this and face both of them to this side so that I can sew it and use it and form my bone casing. Then for the front part, I'm going to do open ironing technique this way. Do you see? so that I'm going to have like boning on each side. I'm going to iron it now so that you can see it properly. Now I've ironed it open, you can see the explanation of what I was giving you. So this front side, I did it open, so I'm going to come and sew everything down now, and that is going to serve as our bone casing. But you can see that the back, I didn't do that, I just ironed it one side, so I'm going to just sew it one, and then the casing is formed. I know you can't really see like the detailing very well now. Let me put this ball here. The corset is already coming along nicely, so let me do the thread like the bone casing, and then I'll come back. I've also joined the lining also, so I'll come at this side back, sorry, the center back. You know, this is the part that we didn't add sewing allowance. I will sew this here and sew it at the other side also at this point. Then I'll turn it, like, you know, when I'm done I'll show you guys what it looks like. So now I'm done sewing the center back of both sides, and I've turned it, and you can see I'm ironing it. Once I'm done with that, I'll now arrange the lining at the down part, pin it carefully. When pinning it, I make sure that the lining and the main fabric aligns, you know. So I'll pin the down part and also go ahead and pin the upper part. When I am done with that, I'll now trim out all the excess material that is remaining, you know, so that both the lining and the main fabric is equal. Now I'm done doing this, I'll go ahead and sew it, like hold it together. Then I'll now go ahead and use my bias and pipe the mouth here. Then it will remain this, and then I'll come back. I'll be using this boning to like insert in through those holes that I made. But when I'm placing it, I'm going to place it this way, where you can see that it's curved. By the time I'm done placing it, I'll iron it flat. There is no way you can get your cloth to be flat, your boning to be flat, if you don't iron it quite properly. Yeah, guys, you see the nail file, it has really helped me so much. So I just file it at the end this way, and it's just be smooth, very easy to do. Initially I was using sellotape, masking tape, to like hold the edge, but with this I don't need to, because that's sometimes the sellotape, before you put it, like it's just hooking somewhere. But with this it gets rather smooth. So you can see I fixed it. I'll bring it out a bit. I can cut it so that I'll leave about 0.75. So if you will look at my boning, it stops somewhere here, and then this sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead and fix everything and come back. You can see that now I'm done fixing everything. You can see I fixed it, even the bust area, so it's frame. I went ahead and piped the down parts of this with bias also. I just piped the down parts with bias, and I also went ahead and added a sleeve. I get it because I get what you mean.